Yosha!
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Reminisce and Review. Today we're looking at the RX-78-4 Gundam G04. This is the box art for the Gundam we're reviewing about, and if you're well versed in the hobby, you may already notice that this is a P-Bandai kit, or Premium Bandai. For those that don't know what a Premium Bandai kit is, it's essentially a website exclusive model kit you can only get through the Premium Bandai website. Me, personally, I have a love-hate relationship with P-Bandai, because you get cool kits like these, and it's one of those things where you can kind of feel like these could have just been general release, or they could have been, sold in stores at a regular price over just paying it online and then paying $10 shipping and waiting from like 6 weeks to like 6 months of waiting. So now that I've shown you the box, I'm gonna show you the star in person. As you can see here, I have them paired with the high grade Gundam base version of the RX-78-2. I did that just because I just want to show you the similarities between them, and that's pretty much it. This guy has its own story, so I'll do that some other time. But for now, just take a look at him, and for those who are keen eye, this isn't the Gundam Revive version, this is that really fancier version that came out pretty much years later, and about 2020 to 2022, I think. It was somewhere in that range where they revived the Gundam again, but with updated articulation. Like basically, it's just an action figure as a model kit. So it's pretty cool. I love posing this guy. And if you see my Instagram, you've probably seen him about a handful of times, just because I can just do so much more expressions with this guy versus the other kits. So let me just take him out of the way, and we'll do a review on him some other time. But for now, this is who we're focusing on. And let me tell you, this is the first P-Bandai kit at the time where I got not from P-Bandai but from Amazon. And the funny thing is that I think on Amazon it was like $50, something like that. And I think just last year I found out their actual listing prices for not only like the G04 Gundam but the G05, and they're like, I think $36, and then plus shipping is just $10 more. So I pretty much paid close to the same price if you include taxes. Remember when I first built this guy, I was super excited. Like, I was like, man, this is going to be the sickest thing ever. And then after I was done building him, I was like, yeah, it's cool, I guess, but this is just basically like a slightly improved and cooler version of the Granddad Gundam. So it's okay. And at the time, I knew what P-Bandai was, but I just didn't have access to the P-Bandai website, or at least I wasn't aware of it at the time until like I think it was 2021 or 2019. I don't remember. Like, that's why I said I feel like it's either the first or second one. My memory is a bit hazy on that one. I think it's because this one's the most forgettable P-Bandai kits I built of the bunch I have gotten. He's probably my favorite design of the early UC era. And just want to do a few size comparisons. Okay, well, I'll fix that later. But a piece of my goat Unicorn Gundam fell off, and I guess to kind of tell, like, for those that aren't into Gundam, like, this was about Universal Century 0079, 80, somewhere around there, and this is like 20 years ago, about 20 years later, like UC 0096. So definitely a size and difference, and definitely vibrant and very strong looking. Just because of the colors, white on red. But whatever. This is my goat. This is not my favorite version of the Unicorn Gundam. I got him as a gift, and this is the other one. This is the Crossbone Gundam F97, and the year that this guy's in is UC, I think it's like 131, some like that. I don't remember. I know it was like pretty much in the 30s. So 79, roughly like UC 130. So nearly a 40-year difference, and they shrunk in size. Some people have a complaint about that, some don't. Again, there's a few more things in this guy that I like about, and this is more just another story. Some of you may have already spotted the differences. So now we got the size comparison out of the way, I want to show you, I guess, some of the simple posing this guy has, like versus the Gundam base version. This one is just as articulate, maybe not so much in some areas. So he has double bend at the elbow, wrist swivel, ball joint, the arms, head can swivel. Legs are actually on a joint, so they can rock up and down. Double knee action, ankle. It's okay pivot. The ankle armor kind of gets in the way, and the feet can move up and down, and foot is on a swivel. Side of skirts on, like, are just swivels. This is pretty much goes for like pretty much all high grade Gundams or mobile suits in period that are Federation type or have side skirting. Is that the most of the time they come in like stuck together, so all you can do is like pull them forward. However, I always just cut it right in the middle, so that way they're like individual, and I can just do whatever I want, and that way it doesn't look like this when I'm just posing one leg. So sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. The Delta Gundams that I have are the perfect example of that I don't do it because their front skirts are so small. Then you do get a few decals exclusive to the G04 Gundam, and that's right here. These are one of the few ones I actually bothered to put in. There's also some on the shield. This whole front piece right here is actually has color correcting stickers. This whole front that's actually supposed to be black. I don't do color correcting stickers unless they're necessary. So it's just white, and honestly, it's kind of cool, just white. But I think the color is blue or black front. It wouldn't be bad, honestly. It'd be good color separation, but I'm not putting colors. And at some point, I do want to paint. So far, I've only painted one. But for now, right here, and as you may have noticed, is that there is a sticker here exclusive to the Atlas Gundam. And the more you see more of my old model kits, the more you're just gonna notice. I just put decals on whatever I thought would be the coolest on. Not to spoil too much, but the Crossbone and my, I think, OVA version of the Massacred Unicorn Gundam are just full of it. The same goes to my one other RG Unicorn, because I just thought the decals look cooler on there. So yeah, now let's go into the accessories. You have shield. It has this little. You have the little shield connection point. You can either hard point it to the side, or you can hard point it to the bottom. You can also switch it if you want to see the ball joint on the one. Personally, I always keep it on the side, simply because I don't know what kind of poses I'll do. Very rarely would I put a shield on the bottom. So that's what you can do. You just attach the shield through one of these two holes, and bam, easy as pie. And you do get a trigger finger hand with this one, and then it's Red Brother as well. You get two unique big guns. So you get this, obviously, beam rifle, very simple looking, looks really cool for a beam rifle of that era, the early UC era. Nothing special about it. You do get two beam sabers, but I only have the one because I've only posed them with one. And then this is, I guess, energy reserves. It's for, I guess I could just do both. This is for this one. I don't know the name of it, but I know it's just a big, pretty much laser gun, beam gun. Really big. This guy's wrist just cannot handle this, like how big it is. So I'd probably recommend just him holding it with the handle on the side. But it's really cool. This wire can be quite cumbersome because it's not bendy. It's just like kind of goes wherever it feels like going, and you can connect the beam, the energy pack, and the gun right here, and that way it can be stored. And then I'll go into where this attaches soon, and then we got these aren't really, I guess you could say these are accessories, but these are shoulder armor. If you're wondering what TB means, it just means thoroughbred. What that means, I don't know. It's probably exclusive to the side story of wherever this Gundam comes from. But if you may have noticed, these really weird hooks on the shoulders here, they're actually for putting in the shoulder. So you can see connection points for when we're here, and there's one on top. But you might have noticed, well, if there's one on the top here, where does it go? It's actually, so you open up the little panel here that's on top of the shoulder armor here. That way, you just get your shoulder piece that corresponds with it. Hold on. The shoulder piece that corresponds. You get the stickers. I put the stickers on to make it easier to tell which goes where. And you kind of just put it there. Connect the points, squish together, and bam! You got yourself a bit more of a chunky Gundam. As if you couldn't tell with the forearms. Kind of looks like a full armor. Same vice versa. Alright. It's better. And now, for the backpack, you do get two beam sabers. Very blue, but it's whatever. You take off the backpack and you see that there's connection points here. And you just take that connection point right here, kind of just push them together, and bam! You got yourself a lot more of a sexier back. Looks a little bit more, well, it definitely gives him a little bit more presence to the side. And now it looks like he's ready for combat. Don't forget to mention that you do get a little hole so you can attach a stand to, which I mostly have them because I have a wooden shelf. So sometimes he kind of just does the split and he kind of just falls over. Like his joints don't flop, but he definitely does not like smooth surfaces. But that could just be my copy. So, and yours may vary. But I would just get him a stand regardless because he actually looks way more cooler in the air. And bam, G04 Gundam ready for battle. You can tell that like he is just a lot better on a stand versus on the ground. You can make the argument that's for pretty much any mobile suit or Gundam in existence, especially those that can transform into a jet and fly. But with those that have like a look this chunky, have just this kind of firepower, it just looks so much better. Of all the P-Bandai kits, this one's definitely on the weaker side. I don't really care about this one. This one was the one I'd probably forget the most, if not for the fact that it's a P-Bandai kit. And I have built plenty of kits that were kind of forgettable. Not to say they're bad, it's just like they do pretty like the standard thing. Like I'm not like the guy like Mega Gaikotsu or whatever his name is, I think. Used to watch him, I thought his content was entertaining. I didn't necessarily care like how well the model kit could be a toy per se. I just want to know if the model kit was cool. This is kind of what I mean, where this really gets in the way, man. You gotta pointed upwards. That way you have more cable, like a vacuum, you know. Except where this guy comes from, I thought he was cool until I saw like some sort of OVA version of this one, and this guy gets washed by his own gun, his own energy pack. It like, you know what? I will going to find the clip of you and show it right now.
I hope this thing works. Please hit it. Fire! Loose! Loose!
Okay, yeah, like I think the pilot is like it's like a psychopath or something from that one clip, but he was just like laughing, and then like this blew up and just got washed. I'm not sure he's dead or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was. Rip, what was his name from Stardust Memory? Like South, Burning Cross, something like that. Rip the Goat, kind of like that, but except a lot less cooler. I think he was just mopping enemies up, and he just kind of just died to his own energy pack. But it's whatever. As much as that OVA made him look like he just got unlucky, this is still a pretty cool kit to have. And that's really about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this one was a little bit longer, but that's only because I wanted to do more things different. And that's where to find me on Instagram. The name is Epsilon Kai, but the tag name is like Delta Kai MSN. I think it's followed by like 2 or 3 zeros, 1X. It should have a picture of the Delta Kai Gundam on there, and then you'll see like a pin about my YouTube video, and then if you do see it, there's like an Epion with like doing the Fantastic like 4 meme. Subscribe if you like the content. Please leave a like, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a marvelous week. This is Sumi the hamster.